speaking of albums, it's time to talk about the few December albums that we have in the playlist this month. One of which we actually got to hear early.
We did, yeah.
And we're talking about it 4 months later.
Yep. Funny how that works. We
Funny
got
how that works.
1,000 Below dropping their album, Hell Finds You Everywhere.
And even when you pray for me, hate for me, I feel it in my heart, but you couldn't have known. And time doesn't wait for me, it's breaking.
So we got to hear this early because when we went to the show as a group in Norfolk, they were selling the CD of this album a week before it went out on streaming platforms. So the night after the show, Justin, Jacob, and I, we hopped into Justin's car, threw it into the CD player, and we had a roll with this album, listening to it for the first time that way. And
I think it's criminal to not let Jacob have the first words on this.
It did not disappoint.
for the most part, I'll agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think there's a common agreement of one source of disappointment on this album, but we can save that for later.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now I'm kind of curious to see what your source of disappointment is.
Talk about it later. Let's talk about the opener. Let's talk about the opener of Hell Finds You Everywhere. To start off the album before the 3 singles.
You mean the second best 1,000 Below song?
That's a take.
I think it's the top 3 on this album.
I said what I said.
Oh, God, it's so hard because 1,000 Below has so many good songs.
I don't think any of the songs on this album are as good as Gone to Me.
That's true.
Actually, Sabotage
This album, Sabotage is there. This album would have benefited from having Gone to Me, but I understand why it's not on it because it was so disconnected from the rest of the album, like in terms of release. But Gone to Me is better than I would say every song on this album. It's close, but I do think Gone to Me is stronger. Hell Finds You Everywhere really sets the tone for this album. And you get the rare Noah Sebastian feature.
Right? Never happens.
Never happens, but
Never ever.
What band other than 1,000 Below to have a Noah Sebastian feature, right? Like,
so did he come out for the set?
He didn't play it. They
no,
didn't
play any of the new songs.
This. Yeah.
That feels extremely fucked up to have.
Well, they played the singles.
They played the singles, yeah.
Well, I just meant more so like in terms of they have a feature with the singer from the headlining band. They're on the same tour and he doesn't come out. Like, I know it's unreleased, but
yeah,
you know,
missed out.
I feel like it would have been a really good thing to play at the show as a surprise.
Yeah, it would have been cool.
Yeah, missed opportunities.
Just like Derek missing the entire set.
I think the problem is though that like the fans don't know the song.
Yeah.
So they'd be like, I feel like it would be less hype.
Yeah.
But then you see Noah Sebastian come out to sing his part.
I guess. I have no idea.
It's a great song as an opener. It's not my favorite
Yes.
song on the album, but it's definitely a great opener. It definitely... I've said definitely like fucking 6 times in the past 10 seconds.
We know you're sure about it.
It sets the tone for the rest of the album. And then you go into the fantastic streak of singles of Venenosa, Face to Face, and Sabotage. Venenosa really grew on me over time.
Me too.
I did not like that song
I
as a
agree.
single at first, but it's
Can't relate.
really good. Venenosa is fantastic. The breakdown in that song, disgusting. Speaking of disgusting breakdowns, let's talk about Clockwork Enemy.
Hey, wait, you skipped Sabotage.
It's a single. We already got
He
to talk
should.
about it.
It's the first song on the album.
The best song on the album.
The
Okay,
worst song
now-
on the album.
No, that's we'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
See, Jake agrees.
I think so, anyway.
Yeah, we're gonna have 2 entirely different ones.
Clockwork Enemy.
Dude,
And
listen to
even if time stood still, I would never feel human again.
Dude, listen to this the first time in the car was fucking
Raw as fuck. Holy shit. This is my favorite song on the album, and it was the closest song to making my best of the year playlist. Just barely missed the cut. Clockwork Enemy is just a fucking masterpiece. From the moment that the instruments kick in to the first verse, like it's not a traditional riff type of verse. It kind of comes out of nowhere almost. The way the song starts.
And it's got like a freaking orchestra behind him.
Yeah. And just everything building into that breakdown, that you get like a big dropout before the breakdown build up, and then just letting it go into that. And even if time stood still, I would never feel human again. Just incredible, dude. I wish I got to hear this song live, but I guess that means I'll have to see 1000 Below for a third time.
Are they playing any of the new songs besides the singles?
I have no idea.
The tour starts this week, so
Okay.
I still haven't decided if I'm going or not.
I won't be, because it's not coming close enough to me. But yeah, Clockwork.
I kind of want to
Orange
see the
is
set
fantastic.
list and then decide.
Yeah,
Fair.
it's a good call.
So from Clockwork Enemy, that takes us to Next Time Around, featuring Matt Flood of Caskets.
AKA the worst song on the album.
Man,
Yep.
fuck you. This is the best song on the album.
What?
What?
Oh yeah, this shit
Oh.
is phenomenal. You kidding?
Bro,
This is
the,
really
the
good.
resident Caskets hater likes the Caskets feature.
That's the surprising part.
This is
Look.
such a missed opportunity.
Man, I think maybe it's because I didn't know who the fuck Matt Flood was until just now. So
Okay, that kind of
Now he hates it as well.
Now he
well,
hates
no,
it.
no, but I can see why you would if you're like, oh shit, 1000 Below featuring Caskets and it's a slow song type
Yeah.
of ballad almost. Me personally, I think that this is the best song on the album. This is the one I've gone back to the most out of all of them.
Caskets
I love
can
this.
do a
Damn.
slow ballad fine. Hopes and Dreams is a perfect example of that.
This could have no Caskets feature and it would still be the best song on the album. I'm sticking by it. I love it. But I think my opinion is widely disregarded because I think this is the best and Sabotage is the worst by like a mile. So
You're so wrong.
I can't remember the last time I had such a divergent opinion from this. Not necessarily like even just on something with you, Jacob.
Okay,
just
but we
in
all
general with
agree on
everybody.
Venenosa being a grower at least. We can have a
No,
middle
I
ground
like
on
that from the beginning.
Okay, whatever. Man.
Fucking
Derek and I can.
Fucking
Yeah,
Gen Z.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
I
the
feel
most
like-
interesting song that I don't think I normally would like is Blue Roses. Don't Fade.
Yeah, that's a fun song. It's bouncy,
Mhm.
surprisingly. It feels like kind of EDM influenced in a way.
Mhm.
Like it's not a song that I went back to a ton, but like definitely, like it definitely stands out amongst the rest of the album. And then it leads into the closer of All I Have Left to Give.
Which
I
is
don't know
like
if you had any other-
Sabotage 2.0.
Yeah. All I Have Left to Give, probably my second favorite song on the album. That is just the textbook way to do a closer of an album that does like a slow build into a climax at the end of the song. All I Have Left to Give is just following that exact blueprint that I want to hear in a closer and just delivering on every front. Fantastic song, fantastic closer. It sets the tone to like leave the album on a high note and just caps the experience. I definitely enjoyed this album a lot more than Gone in Your Wake. I don't know if it's better than their debut album. It's close.
I think that's a tough one.
It's like their debut album has
I think this is
some
better.
bangers on it, but yeah.
This is miles better for me, in my opinion.
I think
I think they
probably
progressively get better
lean.
each album.
I probably lean towards this album, but I remember being really surprised with how much I enjoyed their debut album, compared to how underwhelmed I was with Gone in Your Wake. But Hell Finds You Everywhere. I may think that Next Time Around is the weakest song on this album, but I don't think there's a bad song on this album.
I think this album, like Thousand Below, are like so close to go making like
Album of the year.
being like the next Bad Omens.
Yeah,
Mm.
agreed.
I mean, hell, they've toured together multiple times at this
Mhm.
point, so it makes sense that they kind of have influences from each other. When's the Bad Omens song featuring James DeBerg? When's that gonna happen?
Maybe it's in the deluxe.
Maybe.
We
Well,
skipped over
there is. We did investigate and find there's one unreleased song in that isolated vocals playlist, right?
Yeah. I don't know if that confirms a deluxe or if it's just like, I don't know.
It could be like a cover or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, Justin, you were saying that we skipped a song.
Yeah, we skipped my favorite song off the album, which was Shade.
Another phenomenal one.
It's so fucking good. Mainly just the bridge into the final chorus where it adds like the harsher vocals layered into James's clean vocals. With the lyrics, "This is where I never felt colder. I feel like you in the air. It's like you were chained to me. You still walk in the halls of the home you kept, but you won't admit that you're in my chest. You're still the shade on the walls. I know you're still the pain that I can't forget." Really fucking phenomenal lyricism, and I love just the layering in that portion. It immediately sold me when I listened to it, and I think it's this, Hell Finds You Everywhere, and one of those songs off of the last album.
Clockwork Enemy? Oh, no.
No, Gone Your Way. Fake Smile is my I think those are my top 3 go-tos.
This was definitely a very, I mean, at least for Justin, Jacob, and I, Derek, you unfortunately had to leave early. But being able to listen to this song before it was out on streaming services in the car as a group and like just being able to have that experience together was definitely like a one of a kind album listening experience that is going to, like, I'm not gonna forget that.
It was really good.
I also think it's been so cool watching. Like, I've been watching this band since their first album, and just watching them evolve is really fun and really cool.